Happy spooky season, my cretins and gorehounds. I'm your host, Chris Hertastic, and this is Hertastic Reviews. And today we are talking about my 4 Mount Rushmore horror movies from the 2020s. Again, it's spooky season, and I thought, you know what, how can I help the BlueTube community? How can I help those who want to celebrate October and they don't want to just watch the Disney Channel original series 31-day horror movie challenge? And you know what? I also didn't want to be like the guy who's like, there's the Scream Factory Shocktober sale going on, and then there's going to be an Arrow video sale, and I'm like, go buy these Blu-rays. No, I'm here. I'm just going to go break down a few movies. It's going to be a quick, easy episode. I'm going to just give you my Mount Rushmore, which is 4 films that I think are like the cream of the crop so far, at least for me in the 2020s. And then while we go through October, I'll make some film recommendations and videos. And of course, I will also give more Mount Rushmores of certain decades. But I thought we'd go with the 2020s today because, you know, new movies are very accessible right now. Like, you can watch them streaming all the time. Again, you can check them out on Tubi. Again, Tubi is sponsor for this video. If you don't like Tubi, I mean, what are you doing? It's basically the best streaming service because it's free. It's got great content. Yeah, it's got a few ads, but, you know, it's not like when you pay for, like, ads with Hulu. It's not that bad. But, yeah, speaking of Hulu, I totally would recommend checking out Hellraiser when it pops up on there as well. But anyway, back to that. I just wanted to give you my top 4 Mount Rushmore films. Again, Mount Rushmore, there's 4 slots, and I have a few honorable mentions because picking 4 is pretty tough. And hopefully with these movie recommendations, you can move on from rewatching Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2, and then check out some newer stuff. If you kind of been away from the horror, if you only watch horror movies in October, hopefully these are like the movies that you go check out. But yeah, let's kind of just get into it. Again, also second sponsor is Arrow Video. Arrow Video, please send me money so I can buy more Blu-rays. Well, let's start it off first. Let's get a couple honorable mentions. These are movies that did not make the list. They were very close, but I don't think I would want them on my Mount Rushmore. But I totally still recommend you check these movies out. The first one is definitely Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage. It's a very, very great performance. I really like these more modern contemporary like Nick Cage performances where they go a little crazy, but there's some really, really, really great like performances that he's had, like from Mandy, with this Pig, if you haven't seen that. But yeah, Color of Space. It's just like a Lovecraftian sci-fi film. It's very dark at times, especially like near the end. It's just very bleak. It's got some great visuals as well. But yeah, and then after that, I definitely also recommend The Platform, which you can watch on Netflix as well. The Platform is a Spanish horror film that has all the signs of being a communist classic cinema film. Because like, I mean, if you have to go on platforms and you get X amount of food based on what level you're at, I mean, yeah, you're going to start to hate fucking capitalism. And it's in Spanish, so that's great. And then finally, the last one I have is Candyman, their legacy sequel. Again, the legacy sequels, it's technically is a sequel, maybe not a legacy sequel, but yeah, it's definitely, Candyman's definitely come around. Again, the legacy sequels we're gonna move on to because the number one on the Mount Rushmore is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Again, the legacy sequels made popular and then I think also ruined with the Halloween franchise. But then you also have like the Jurassic World movies that have definitely made it dead and buried. Also Scream. I would say Scream from this year as well, which is not going to be on this list, kind of ruined that for me in some ways. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, 2022. I thought I was going to hate this movie when I saw all the visual cues and the trailers, but man, it is actually one of the best movies of this year. It's one of my personal favorites. It's just absolutely insane with the gore and the commentary is very smart and witty for this movie. I haven't seen The Next Generation. I haven't seen the 4th Texas Chainsaw Massacre or any of those remakes. I've seen only the first 2 and now this. This one is definitely like one not to be messed with. It is one of the awesome, great horror movies that we've had in a while. So, and another one, moving on from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I would check that out, is X from Ty West. Ty West is back. Absolutely love this director, and he's back, and he hits it with a bang, literally bangs, with X, which is a kind of like a throwback to 1970s grindhouse horror, about like these young couples, people like making a porno, you know, nothing too crazy about that. And an old couple who just has, you know, a horniness for blood. And it's just kind of awesome. And it has a cool gator in it. But X is just an amazing film. And the fact that Ty West has now made out a sequel in the same year called Pearl that's out in theaters right now. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm punching myself in the gut every day that I haven't seen it, so I plan to watch that before it leaves theaters. Go check out Ty West X, and then most likely check out Pearl. On recording, I haven't watched Rob Zombie's Monsters, so obviously that would be on my Mount Rushmore, but since I haven't watched it yet before making the video, just a little clarity there. And then moving on, 2021, I have Wrong Turn. The Wrong Turn franchise I plan to go throughout all of October. This one is the most recent one that came out, and it felt like a soft reboot. I was reading that it's a lot less like the other films, and it feels like if that is true, it feels like when Saw just made Jigsaw. Jigsaw felt like something a little different from the other Saw movies, but I really enjoyed Wrong Turn. It is brutal. It is smart. It is entertaining. It's well paced. Yeah, I really like Wrong Turn 2021, which is the main reason why I want to go through the franchise. So I got to give it a spot on my Mount Rushmore. And then finally, I have from also 2021 the fifth installment of this franchise. Absolutely love it to death. There's maybe 1 week film in it, and that's the first. But I'm gonna go with Forever Purge from 2021. The fact that I thought it was gonna be the part where it drops off, it actually doesn't drop off. It kind of keeps the train moving. It's an amazing franchise from start to finish. I just enjoyed this one. And then the Forever Purge, which it went straight to Blu-ray and DVD, did not have a theatrical release. Was absolutely awesome. First time watch. Once it dropped, oh my god, it was awesome. It has a lot of great commentary. It's got awesome sequences of action and little scares as well, because reality is scary. But yeah, though that is my Mount Rushmore so far for 2020. For the 2020s. Again, I haven't watched every movie that's come out in the 2020s, but for me right now, these are the films I'm going to put out. And if you have any problems with that, drop a comment down below and hit that subscribe button. I only let you trash me in the comments as long as you hit that subscribe. But yeah, other than that, what's on your Mount Rushmore of horror films? Which movies have you seen on here that you liked? And then also, which ones have you haven't seen that you definitely are going to check out this October? Let me know down below. Also, don't forget, we're going to look out on Spotify and on iTunes. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, Inside the Sequel is back, and we have awesome episodes. So follow us on Twitter to follow the podcast that way. But other than that, my name is Chris, and if you aren't watching horror movies, do you actually care about cinema? Other than that, we'll see you next time. Hey, it's Chris again. Remember, don't forget to check out Inside the Sequel. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter to see all my crazy hot takes and rankings. But yeah, this month of October, we have awesome episodes, so make sure to check that out. See ya.